I don't forget people I have spent time with.
With a bad taste in your mouth.
That's something, yeah.
So you have a bad taste in your mouth? Come on, man.
That said that if that Hunter Biden laptop story
Have any arguments against that right now? And I want to see how it goes.
Like I said, the only reason I had come out about it is I had reached out to the campaign even in 2007. Only because I saw all these kids getting excited about it.
Okay, wait, so how did that end?
Same way. You get off, you finish smoking.
Like, thanks, bye?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What did you think of him?
I thought it was interesting. I thought he was definitely a con, but...
What do you mean by that?
Well, in my life at that point, you made it clear I had already been around.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. So you know when people are doing things because they actually really enjoy it, or they're sincere, or they're looking, for a connection, or they're doing something because they're looking for an in, or they're looking for a hook, or it's a game.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt that it was a game for him. It was like, okay, what am I going to get out of it? Or is there something I can get out of it other than just, the...
For the support, Navi. I appreciate you supporting the channel.
For me, I wasn't going back to Chicago anytime soon, so it really didn't matter.
So you were left with a bad taste in your mouth?
Something, yeah.
Did you talk
Seriously? This dude, come on, really?
Stop it. Get some help.
He just now tell you that he just now got finished giving President Barack Obama the Gawk 2000. And you asked him, do he have a bad taste in his mouth? He said, I was with President Barack Obama, and he gave President Barack Obama the Gawk 3000. And Tucker Carlson looks at him with a straight face and says,
Okay.
So you have a bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah, boy.
Come on, man. Tucker Carlson. Tucker is a comedian, man. I know he knows what he did. He know what he did. I'm sorry, guys. I'm silly. I apologize, man. That's just wrong, man. Did he literally ask him if he had a bad taste in his mouth? No, Tucker, you don't do that, man.
You stop.
I'm still, listen, I apologize, man. Okay, man, get it together. Be professional. Tucker Carlson. Oh my God. Okay, I'm done.
Him again?
I did not. In fact,
And did you have any idea, even though you had seen him twice, you did with him, watch him smoke twice, you had no idea who he was?
I had no idea who he was until I'm sitting in my house in Tequila, Nayarit, Mexico in 2004, and he walked on that stage
In Boston?
in the DNC convention, and I literally hit the floor. I just hit the floor and was...
Wait, so you're watching the Democratic convention from Mexico?
I was
And
laughing.
the guy that smoked your comfort in with you?
I was laughing so hard.
I like how Tucker Carlson asked him these questions. He say, and the guy who smoked with you is that guy. That's the guy that you smoked with. To this guy, it's not the guy I smoked with. He probably smoked with many people. This dude was wild. Larry Sinclair was about that life. Just he didn't know that President Barack Obama was about that life. They made some memories that left a bad taste in his mouth. Okay.
And you were sure it was him?
I was absolutely positive.
How?
I don't forget people I've met. I don't forget people I have spent time with. I just don't.
And just to restate, because I think you affirmed this, but he used his real name when you
Yes.
asked him. Did he call himself Barack or Barry?
Barack.
Barack.
Mm-hmm. And so did the driver. And that's why at first when everybody was referring to him as Barry, I just didn't understand or catch on. Because like I said, I didn't know that much about him other than the fact that, hey, you hook up, today it's Grindr. Back then it was,
The limo driver.
Yeah, a limo driver or a bartender, you know? You ask and somebody knows somebody or somebody doesn't.
Amazing. Amazing. So you're sitting there in Mexico watching this and you think, that's the guy I had sex with who smoked it with me.
Yep.
And what do you think?
Like I said, I just started cracking up. I freaked out. I had even pointed out to some friends of mine that were at the house that night, and I told them, I said, you're not going to believe this. I blew this guy twice.
Oh, Lord.
You know, and they just start cracking up.
Bruh, did you really say that? He said he blew that guy twice. Okay, y'all see this? Y'all see this? This right here. It says, "Do you think it could be possible if this dude was paid or promised something by some far right politician to get more people to see how much the left lies?" I think that is equally beneficial for him to be on this show to tell his story, but I don't think he was bribed. I think that he was fine, well, and good with telling his story, and this just so happened to be the good time to do it. And Tucker Carlson have the right platform for this.
But that's the thing about me. I've never been in the closet. I've never hid. I mean, I'm always very direct and blunt. Yeah. And, you know, and I'm just like, this is unreal. You know, and I had no idea that he was going to run, you know, in 2008, but I was back from Mexico, but it was a strange feeling sitting there watching him walk across that stage and realizing who he was.
Huh. So what did you do? You said you reached out to the campaign?
Well, I didn't do anything in 2004, but when he announced his run for 2008, I did reach out to the campaign in late 2007 because I had seen a lot of these college kids talking about how thrilled they were, how there was a candidate who was completely honest about his entire life, you know, what he did as when he was in school, you know, the constant back and forth. 1 minute is, yes, I did cocaine when I was younger, or no, I never did, but I smoked weed. So I just simply pointed out that all I was asking was, look, why don't you just simply come out and say, I did, and I've done it as recently as 1999. You know, just tell the truth, put it out there and be honest and let it stay as the truth rather than this back and forth. Never did hear anything back from them immediately.
Who did you reach out to? Do you remember?
I reached out to actually David Axelrod's office in Chicago. I'm trying to remember the letters because it was actually 3 letters.
And did you say I had sex with Barack Obama?
This is the interesting part. My first contact with the campaign never mentioned this whatsoever. That was actually brought to my attention by someone who eventually reached out to me in late 2007, claiming to be with the campaign, but wasn't with the campaign.
What do you mean that was pointed out to you? So you never told anyone in the Obama campaign you did?
Now, this right here, hold on, this right here. Thank you. Who wrote this right here? Word Vendor 1. Yes. When I put God and family first before anything, and when I see stuff like this come out about someone, I could just imagine like what the innocent people are going through. That's like, I get it. All fair in love and war. And politics is war. And nobody's going to bite their tongue or their lip because the girls might hear something. The father chose this business and he chose this industry to be a part of. He chose to become president. He got connected at an extremely young age. Not sure how, but I'm sure I have seen videos of his family being connected in some type of way to the Bushes while he was at a really young age. So he's been prepared for this moment. And on his way to the top, he did some dumb things that's now starting to show their face. And one thing I will say is that I ain't done nothing, no near nothing like that. But I would hate for all of my skeletons to just be spilled out on the floor in front of all of my supporters. Nobody want their skeletons out there. But this right here, this dude has a truth to tell too. This is his side. That's the one thing you don't realize. He was just using this dude. He was using this guy for his own kicks. It's coming back back to tell the story. Like, you didn't think that at some point that they were going to come and tell their story. This is all they got. And it's like, yo, I'm going to tell my story. You got to have your story out there. You got to become this multi-millionaire president of the United States. And now I'm going to tell my story the same way you told yours. So that's what makes it fair. Like, I get it that you say, you know, you feel for the girls, and so do I. Because when it comes to this type of stuff, the innocent people will be hit by stray bullets. But at the end of the day, their dad chose this. They are connected to him. And this is going to happen. It's going to happen. It's happening already. It's been happening for a while. But he's not innocent. He's done some things to some families that affect children as well. So if he's done some things to families that affect children, why should we be right here crying about his daughter? So like I said before I started ranting, it's all love. It's all fair in love and war.